rolling. All right, folks, welcome back to the Be the Bright podcast presented by Ridge Supply. My name is Matt Hawkins. I'm the owner of Ridge Supply. This is Jordan Spoon. He's the man behind our Ridge Supply Arsenal account on Instagram. Arsenal is our ambassador group, and we are fortunate enough to have three of our ambassadors here with us, Gene Caffery, Jay McCloy, and Alan Simons. They're all crazy. They just did a 240-mile ride 2 days ago in support of MS because their two local big MS rides this year were canceled, and so they wanted to raise funds and awareness for that. We've already unpacked some of the history behind how they're all connected to MS and some of the details of riding with and living with MS and supporting people who are riding and living with it. So what we wanted to do today is spend a little bit of time kind of discussing how to get involved and why it's important to get involved and where these rides actually, kind of create really good charitable situations. So anybody take it away. Tell me, I know living here near Newbern that the Newbern Ride is huge. Yeah. And there's way more people that come and do that than people realize.
Huge.
So yeah, that was on my tier this year. That's kind of how I was going to roll this year. I had Tanglewood booked, and that's Century every, the 2 days. And then Newbern was right there. And I've been looking at, okay, so how can I tie both of these rides together in 1 month? And my goal this year was to do that. So we'd have 200 here and 200 there. So Newbern is always the bigger of the two. Definitely wanted to be part of that one and, try to raise money here with my Clemens Bicycle MSBS team and with Atomic Cycles down there with Tom Hewitt. Yeah. So that's kind of where we were.
And those guys, they try to do like a sub 4-hour century or a sub 5-hour century.
Every year since I've been riding with it in 2013, the goal is to do a sub 5 century, and they get a guy to come out with a scooter and they give us orders when to stop. And we get close. I don't think we've made it yet.
No, it's sub 4, right? They're trying to do sub 4.
Sub 4. Yeah, sub 4. Sorry.
Even I can do a sub 5 by myself. So
hey, we did a sub 5 when we rode from Gene's house, and we took.
I have to say a sub 4. Sorry.
That was a goal that day, though.
No, it's definitely sub 4.
All the way, Ridge Supply, no offense to anyone who is trying to get to a sub 5. I'm just saying that's not what they're doing.
You're right. It's a sub 4, and we've gotten close, but they bring out all the guns to help. Like guys driving by and handing your bottles. It's really fun. But that's the go-to thing with the Atomic guys down there. Everybody shows up and tries to do that. It's usually the second day.
So you guys decided to do 240 miles this year. Is there a reason? Well, it was 245 or 244.9, as we found out.
Maybe me.
But I mean, is that from one place to another, or?
Yeah, I mean, the whole nostalgia to it. Okay, so COVID shut down everything for everybody, right? So every event's getting canceled, and we're coming up. The Bike MS had not been canceled, and Jay and I had been talking. We're trying to make sure we're gonna take care of what we need to, and what are we going to do if it does get canceled? Yeah. So the day came, we got the emails, we got all the warnings, and right then and there, I think Jay and I were we were texting back and forth right away. It's like, what are we going to do?
I think we hit send on the same text at the same time. It's like, I got an idea. And I think I sent mine as his popped into my phone. Yep. And it was like, he was like, so what do you think?
This is how the best things happen.
Yeah. So the way to make it work is, okay, so why don't we just ride from Tanglewood to Newbern and just cover both events in one day? For me, Jay's gotten really good at this here. We've dragged him along on some big rides just to get him prepared, down to Rockingham and back and everywhere else. I'm an ultra cyclist. That's what I do. That's what I like to do. So the miles for me, I mean, it's something, it's tough, it's hard, it's all that, but if we get the right group together, and the other side was looking at after Gene, with MS, we're trying to watch that transmission and trying to keep the numbers down as low as possible, which makes it for a much tougher ride for 244 for 6 people. But if if we could get that done with this group and just kind of be smart about it, and we got it.
And Gene, you're on like a 20-week streak right now, right?
Yeah. So
what's that all about?
Well, because of COVID, I haven't ridden until this ride. Really, I haven't ridden with anybody. I had one maybe close to ride, but the last time I rode with anybody really was when I came down to Croton.
Yeah.
And did one loop of the course, and that's when everything kind of exploded, right? So I just, started. First of all, I'll tell you, these guys got their idea. They sent me a message and said, "Okay, now I'll ride with somebody."
Yeah,
I got to be there for this one. But
it's been a long time.
I started riding and by myself, and got a couple of centuries in a row. And I said, all my events are canceled. I was supposed to do your event. I was supposed to go out to the SBT Gravel, Belgian Waffle Ride, all these big things. And I was going to do it all to raise awareness for MS. So it just kind of evolved, and I said, I got to keep this going, and that will be my event for MS this year. And it's just been every weekend. I ride at least 100 miles. It's up until 2 days ago, my longest one was 138, and so we pounded out the 245 on Saturday, and my goal is to keep that going the rest of the year. So see if I can do the whole year, and every time I post, I'm going to be talking about MS and trying to inspire people with MS. That's raise awareness and some
That's
money.
Cool.
So.
Carol would be proud. You're the Carol of 2020.
Well, I told Carol yesterday, I said, it's funny, I tell my people that don't think like us about this, and I said, that's amazing. I said, what are you talking about? My friends do this every weekend.
Yeah. You have a poor influential group of, and Alan can attest, and Jay, it sounds like Jay is the most sane of you all, but there.
No, here, like Gene. I took Gene on a shortcut home from a long ride last summer, and ended up adding like 20 miles, and I almost killed him on the road.
The Hanging Rock. That was
Hanging Rock in Sourtown. I was like, I got a short route home. It'll be less hills, and it'll be like 5 miles longer and 2 extra climbs. And then
it was
I had
pretty
to drag
rough.
him home.
Hot. But I'll tell you something that Alan's too modest to tell you right now from Saturday. He pulled the entire way.
Really? Well,
I was in front for about 100 feet as we left the gas station until he yelled at me for being in front.
Does he do the soul crusher pull, we call it, which is like 20 yards off the front of everyone?
No.
I do try to keep him.
He's a mule, but he's like a train. He's right perfectly paced.
That's good.
That's the name.
Do you guys ever, does Gernot still around?
Oh, I know the name. I know.
Y'all not know him?
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
He was a legend for a while of the guy who would just get on the front for, hours on end and was always pulling. And he even wrote I think he wrote a fixed gear a lot of times down here too. So.
Yeah, he had fixed. Yeah, I heard. For me, it didn't really, the plan was really not to do that, but the ride itself was, and we can talk about that whenever, but the weather situation this past weekend, we've been in this weird east wind pattern with the tropical system sitting off the coast, just throwing things back to the west. The goal was not to do this, but the goal also was to make sure Gene made it. So whatever I had to do, I'm just going to do it.
So y'all had headwind and rain too, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
The first 100 miles was rain, and it was 8 to 10 mile an hour wind the whole way.
Well, that's what I woke up Saturday morning, and I knew you guys were rolling out, and I was
shaking his head,
listening to the rain, and I was like, I feel bad for those poor guys because I know they just rolled through here not too long ago.
I'll tell you, the rain, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but to me, the rain was manageable, and it kept it cool all day. Without the rain, like the next day we went for a 40, 50 mile ride to kind of loosen up, and it was much worse. It was no rain. It was hot and humid. It worked out okay.
I mean, I don't have MS, obviously, but I tell you what, like when it's hot, I have a switch too, just like you're talking about, or like I'm done over about 92 degrees, you know. I can only imagine. And the rain too, if it's in the summer and it's raining, bring it on. As long as it isn't lightning or something.
Yeah.
It's a great way to
take that any day.
Maybe that was a blessing in disguise.
Go ahead.
I said maybe that was a blessing in disguise that it rained.
That's it. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. It was, we had a little curse, but the blessing was that with the temps as cool as they were and the moisture in the air, it really helped Gene on the back end, because that heat is definitely something that affects anyone suffering with MS.
Yeah, if we had I've done 2 of these kind of rides with Alan, and we've been pretty lucky both times. If it had been like it was a few weeks ago when we had the 98%, 98 degrees and same humidity.
Yeah.
I probably would. Well, I would have made it eventually, but it wouldn't have been the same way. It wouldn't have been the same ride. I mean, yeah, I would say yesterday is my most epic and enjoyable ride I've ever been on.
That's awesome.
That Saturday, and so it worked out perfect.
Yeah, that's super cool. Well, I know that there's some links available. We're going to add some of those links into our social media link tree, and then also here on the bottom of this video when I get this bad boy uploaded. All 3 of these guys have fundraising campaigns going, supporting MS right now. At least give to one of them or all of them, or share it, or however. It's all going to the same organization, and we look forward to helping. We do have a sock available that is, I got to do a shameless plug, that Gene was just mentioning about the Skyline Test, which is a sock that's in memory of a lady who was a local MS supporter and living with it, and she unexpectedly passed away last year, and we made a sock for her. So that's available if you're interested in rocking something that might catch other people's eye, and they would notice it. So we have that there. Guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Jay, is your boss going to walk in and bust you for being on this call? I can't believe you're actually at work.
My staff's right outside the door, so they're probably like, what the heck's going on in there?
So famous.
My other boss is upstairs.
I love it. Well, thanks, Gene. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Alan. Thank you, Jordan.
Glad to have you guys on here.
Thank you.
North Carolina,
Thank you very much.
I tell you what, we've got it going on here, and I appreciate you all so much. If you need to subscribe, it's down here, I think, and I think the next link is over here. This is episode 20. Maybe it's 19.
Is it 20? 19.
20.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
19. And thank you all so much for checking us out, and Godspeed, guys. We hope to ride with you soon.
Absolutely.
Enjoy what's left of the summer, and looking forward to cooler temps for sure myself. So
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
all right, y'all, have a good day.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.